Hello, everybody. So I'm on time. I hope you guys are on time. This is my 10 p.m. pajama party, and I see somebody has already liked this video. And let me tell you, whoever that is better say so, because that's my love language. I like when you show enthusiasm about my content. It means a lot to me. So hello there. I'm just getting settled in. I have probably a lot of time, so I'm not going to talk so fast. I also just smoked a joint, so I can talk at a more normal pace anyways. So yeah, I'm just going to get a little bit more settled. And I have a hot chocolate, and I waited for you guys to put the whipped cream on it. Of course I did. And not only that, let me introduce you to my snack plate, okay? So this is what I put together for our pajama party. I wish I could share, but like you're just gonna have to watch me eat it and get joy from it. I don't know if you normally do that, but this is how it's gonna work today in 2024. All right, this is nibs. They're like licorice thingies. I just like nibs a lot. Okay, and then these ones here. So these are gummies, and they're not your normal gummy. Let me just explain. I like fruity things, and I got these ones specifically because they're called juicefuls, okay? And basically, you bite into it and it gushes juice in your mouth, okay? You can imagine why I bought this because of my live stream. I was like, yeah, there's not a lot of times I'll throw things in that I know are gonna bust open in my mouth like that. But I might as well do it for YouTube, right? So I didn't even try one. I didn't even try one yet. I'm waiting for y'all. So, all right, I am definitely going to engage with the comments today because you are the reason I'm here. So feel free to drop some comments, keep it respectful, or I will block you like a out, you know? So I will fuck around. I may be a nice girl on YouTube, but I will be the ref in the room if needed. Hello, nice guy Rudy. Very first comment award. I wish I could throw you one, but I'm doing it on a PC. New York City. I've never been. Always wanted to be. I want to see where Sex and the City was filmed. It's my favorite show, my biggest inspiration. And I just found out this week that what's her name? Candace Bushel. I'm terrible at this. I have to look it up, but she's the one that wrote Sex and the City, or she was the story writer. She admitted that she used the story or whatever as an alias to her because she didn't want to admit to going to a sex club. So she had been to a sex club but didn't want to admit it. And so she wrote her story about someone else having these things. And I remember thinking, so you're saying that my idol, the woman who wrote the story, yes, thank you, Bushnell, from my whole inspiration, also went to a sex club but was too shy to say so? Well, I love the metaphor that you can stand on the shoulder of giants to have broader reach. And I feel so honored that I'm out here because of Candace Bushnell, thank you, from the writer of Sex and the City. And I could be out here saying, I'm showing my face. I'm saying, yes, I've been to sex clubs. I liked it. Here's why. And I did so because of her. Theoretically, through the chain of events, right? So that was kind of a cool thing to learn, that I was more out than like one of my idols, and she was revolutionary for her time. And so I'm hoping to be revolutionary for our time, if in a different way. All right. So, hello. So Terry says, hi there, from Wisconsin. I actually went and studied in Wisconsin, near Madison. I did some specialized software training there, and I got lots of delicious cheese curds. And yeah, it was awesome. Hello, Mike Trent, my special princess, Sarah. Hello very much. I would love to say hello to the people who also donated to actually like maybe get me a pizza or something for this sleepover. So I want to thank a special fan who actually donated some Uber Eats gift cards for me to celebrate. And I didn't get something on time, but I'm going to eat something later. And I have enough for the next time. So I'll be able to actually have a pizza party next time. And you'll have to watch me eat pizza. I don't know how fun that is for you, but yeah, I just want to say I appreciate it. And there's all sorts of ways that you guys can, support me and make me feel really cherished. And I think that I just want to say that special fan really wanted to contribute. I appreciate that a lot. So thank you. So also, thank you, Nice Guy Rudy, for correcting me because I would hate to get that wrong. Hello, David. Nice to see you. TSB, hello from PA. Love your stuff. I love your Grove City shopping. I used to go shopping in Pennsylvania. Hello, David from Indiana. Wow. This is all over the place. Hello, Bill from Georgia. So nice to have you guys. It's funny because when I used to watch people do live streams, I'm like, shut the fuck up about where people are from. Like, who really shut the fuck up, move on. But when I'm sitting here and I'm doing this with you. You guys are here with me. And whoever watches this live stream one day later is just going to have to realize that this is what this was. It wasn't meant to be as good later on as a replay as if you were right here talking to me. And that's okay. So so keep the questions coming. I did post some questions or opportunities on my Instagram and my YouTube. So I do have some questions in the queue. So I will be asking those. So so let me finish the candy. So this is the one that squirts in the mouth. Okay. And then I have, these are Werther's Original, but they're not the hard candy. These ones are toffee, soft toffee with like eclair middle. Like, oh my God. Like I won't be able to talk and chew with these like a lady at least. So I have to remember that. And then I have Mint Arrow, which is one of my favorites. I don't know if you have those in the States or anywhere else. Can you guys confirm? Do you guys have Mint Arrow in the States? And then I have Coffee Crisp, which is my favorite chocolate bar. It tastes like coffee, but not as soggy as tiramisu. All right, so that's my candy selection, and I have a hot chocolate. Now, I did have different pajamas that I was going to wear, but it didn't work out. I have them. I'll show them to you. They're cute as fuck, but like, I have really pale skin, and as much as I would love to wear a cute little strawberry outfit, it really like it makes me look washed out. Like look at it against my skin, it's a little, it would have washed me out. So that's why I'm not wearing my new pajamas, but that's okay. So these are the jammies that I'm in now, and so I have a few things to show you guys that I've gotten recently. Let me just get those out of here. Okay, these are new. I'm really excited about the diversity here. All right, you ready? These are my new stuffed, you know what? They're all little tiny stuffed penises. And see how they're all different colors? And they did have different shapes and stuff, but these are just like squeeze toys. Like if you want to like, hang out and just squeeze one. So yeah, these are my new Decor. Let's put them away here. And then I have a new Grateful sign. I don't know if you guys saw this. This is something I got for myself from Etsy. And I really like it because it's wood and it's like earthy, So just like this, I like to remain grateful. It's a good energy vibe. All right, I'm going to have some hot chocolate. We're going to share some secrets, but we're going to keep it lighthearted, hopefully. Okay, I would love some hot chocolate. So would you like to help me put the whipped cream on it? Oh, so John, you're from Canada. Nice. It's nice to see another Canadian. Whereabouts in Canada are you? Oklahoma. Tony, wow. I've never been to most of these states. Okay, are you guys ready? I want to give good eye contact. I like to remember to do that. That reminds me of, you know what? I think I might do a segment on my podcast called Inner Thoughts While Giving a Blowjob. And it's just a collection of things that women, not just me, my friends, have thought about while giving one. Because I just thought of one now and I didn't say it because that wasn't appropriate. But I was like, that should go in the book for what I do. Because we always have things in our head. Like, is that a hair? What was that a hair? Is that in my mouth? Is that on his dick? Does he want me to gag? Does he not? Sometimes we're just going over our grocery list, right? Like, it's just funny. Okay, so Note to self, rewatch a live stream to get ideas for podcasts. Okay, are you guys ready? I'm going to do my best to give you my good eye contact as I give myself the very big creamy top. I really like it. I don't want to be too naughty. Keep in mind that I'm on YouTube, and I'm trying to stay on YouTube. So I could be way raunchier, but I'm not going to. I do have a fan page. Thanks for asking, David. I also put some pictures and content up there before my live stream, things that I wouldn't be allowed to do here. So that was for them. Oh, that got on my fucking nose. That was an accident. It was just kind of high. I have to kind of like the lump, I guess. I don't know. I don't want to do this. I feel like I'm just doing this for you, and I'm really doing this for me. I just want the whipped cream. Okay, it's good. It's good. Yes, I do have a own OnlyFans page. My username is TorontoUnicorn everywhere. Yeah, you can find my page there, and I chat with fans there. So I do have some questions that some fans have asked me, and I'm going to go through those. And feel free to drop any questions in here, or and if you've liked any of my specific content lately that you want to mention, let me know. I've done some interviews with different people, including Abby Hute from Fet Life or Fet Talk, sorry, and she. And I talked about fetishes and kinks and like swinging and things like that. So, okay, so I'm going to go over your questions now that I've seen. Okay, cool. So one of them is asking, what are my favorite TV shows? What this is artist formerly known as is a long screen name. What is your favorite TV shows and movies? Well, I'm not going to lie. I'm a creature of habit. I like to watch the same shows over and over again when I'm like falling asleep and stuff. So like I watch Friends, the show Friends, all the time. Like it plays like as I fall asleep. Or Seinfeld. I actually replay Seinfeld all the time too. So there are certain episodes I simply can't watch anymore. Like I just like when they can't find their car in the underground garage or whatever. Like it was a great episode, but like I don't want to keep watching it. I just get anxiety about why they can't find their car. So there are certain episodes with Friends, like where Ross and Rachel break up, that I just like quickly, no matter what state, REM sleep or not, I wake up and I'm like, pass. Like I don't want to watch that one. So yeah. Hello, Vernon from Charlotte, North Carolina. Hello. That's so cool. I think I've seen one Canadian here besides me. Hope you don't mind if I smoke some weed. I am now 4 days tobacco free. I did start up again recently to help me through a tough time. And, I do think that they are bad for people and they're not healthy. And so I did put them back. But I respect people's choice who do smoke. But I couldn't. I have to just smoke weed instead. So I am no longer smoking tobacco right now, but I smoke weed all the time. All right, so let's question. Okay, so favorite TV show. So I answered Friends, Seinfeld, Sex in the City. I love it. I also like this show right now. Is it Netflix? Let me open it up. Netflix. Is it called? It's funny. So I'm child free. I never want to have children. I feel blessed as fuck that I don't already have children. I can nap whenever I want. Like I can do things that are for me and not always worry about other people. For me, that's a really good personality match, right? Like I wasn't meant to be caregiver, a breeder, things like that. So I love to sometimes, a guilty pleasure of mine is to watch shows about moms complaining about how bad it is. Okay. So, and I don't mean that to shame it, just to show that it's hard. It's not this fucking glamorous thing. It's hard. And so I watched this show on Netflix called Workin' Moms. And I've watched it from the beginning to the end. And I'm even like starting over again to watch it again. It's about a bunch of women who like went back to work after having a baby. And like, they're like, trying to balance it. And like, it's not easy. And it shows how it's not easy. And it's just a real story, like not real story. It's a story about like people that you can relate to. I really liked it. I liked how honest they were about like, the shittiness of being a mom sometimes. And like, they didn't glamorize it in the way that other sitcoms do. And I really like that. Okay, so those are some of my favorite shows, my favorite movies. One of my favorite movies of all time is Lady Bird. It is a show about a girl like coming into her own and stuck in a small town kind of thing, doesn't feel like she belongs. And it's just a story that I relate to from my childhood. So Lady Bird is my favorite movie, one of them. I like a lot of movies. One of the most nostalgic movies for me is Where Do They Party in the Woods back in the 60s or 70s it was filmed. It's oh my god, I hope it comes to me. I grew up in a small town. I partied in the woods. All right, like we drank beers, miles away from anybody who would ever see us. Like we had a lot of freedom growing up to party our ass off and things like that. And so I watched this movie. It's a classic. I just can't think of the name of it right now, but it's about like people who graduate high school and like they're going to, I don't remember, but they initiate them into like their junior year of high school. And then later there's this big party and they all party in the woods and there's a keg and everything. I will hopefully remember the name of this by the end of this live stream, but that's one of my favorite movies. Yeah, anyways, I'm not very good at pop culture references. I have a brain that is not designed for maintaining those kind of things. So I would never want to be a trivia partner to anybody on those topics or any topics. Okay, next question. Arnold Lane, hello. What is your favorite takeout pizza? So, depends on the pizza place. There's a place near me. Dazed and Confused! Yes, that was it. Oh my gosh, you saved me. Decor, whatever it is. Thank you. Dazed and Confused. That's one of my all-time favorite movies, and I haven't seen it in so long. And maybe I should have like a watch party where we actually like could watch it and you could watch my reaction watching it. I know that some people do that. That's pretty cool. Okay, thank you so much. So depending on the pizza place, I actually like barbecue chicken pizza sometimes if there's a lot of barbecue sauce on it, or I like good old fashioned just pepperoni and some Italian sausage. And yeah, I like me some crust too. I like the crust. I really do. Sometimes I could eat just the crust. So if you don't eat your crust, we might be a match. Okay, so that's kind of my pizzas. Michael says, I love you so much, gorgeous. Thank you so much, Special Mike. That's so sweet of you. I love that you guys are hanging out with me tonight. This is so cool. Normally I don't plan ahead and I never get to, give you guys the opportunity to hang out with me live. I don't do a lot of live streams because I can't always say the things that I want to say on YouTube, and I can't edit this later. If I even start coughing, you're going to hear it. So let's just be human together. Okay. All right. Let me keep going. Dan says, hello, TorontoUnicorn. Hello. Hello from, what is Yuma? I don't know where that is, but that's pretty cool, Christine. Thank you for giving me the Dazed and Confused. David says, you're a sweet, kind, honest person. You have beautiful eyes. Thank you very much. I really appreciate it. A lot of people think I wear contacts. Well, not you guys, but some people when I was growing up thought I wore contacts. No, I used to wear corrective lens contacts, but I don't anymore because I got laser eye surgery 10 years ago now. So I went from being so blind I would have to hold the shampoo bottle like this in the shower to being able to see fucking great distances. So that was a good choice. But yeah, okay. So I'm going to have more hot chocolate as I keep answering your questions. I did have a question on Instagram about whether I was into foot fetishes or feet licking. Now, I'm going to answer this question in a way that I hope helps people. Okay. Before I say, am I into it? I need to explain that sometimes in order for somebody to be into something, you need to appeal to what's in it for them, right? So am I into foot fetishes and feet licking? In general, no. Am I interested in being worshipped while maybe I sip a Tim Hortons double, my favorite coffee, while a guy's caressing, massaging my feet and giving them lots of attention and kisses? Yeah, I could be into that, right? If you can answer what's in it for me, I'm more inclined to say I'm interested versus whatever it is, right? So that's whatever it is in life, whatever it is that you want, find a way to ask for it in a way that the person already knows what's in it for them. See, I told you you'd hear me cough. Anyways, I'm going to keep reading. I'm going to keep talking in between, so feel free to keep populating the chat. I'm going to turn this down a bit. I think it's a little above my head. Is that too much? I don't know. Okay, on YouTube, you've become very well versed in euphemisms. Yes, I have. Yes, I have. I have gotten very good. And if you do get interrupted by an ad on my videos, I am sorry. I know ads suck, but ads are the reason that I'm supported and I can keep doing this, right? And so that my channel is supporting me. So I know ads are annoying, but please give them less hate and just understand that it's helping me out for you to see them. Okay. Same with my podcast. Every time you hear an ad on my podcast, just try to be patient because it is the reason, I can keep doing this and afford the equipment I need and things like that. Hello, R. Nice to see you here. Just as I popped in for a minute. Nice to see you. There's so many awesome people I recognize here. Stephen Vargas, nice to see you. I don't know what you fell into, dude, but you have all the willpower to stick around or not. Okay, I'm about to put in one of the first candies that's supposed to have liquid in the inside and gush liquid into my mouth. And I think I left it out a little bit too long because now I saw a little bit of my kitty hair on one. I'm like, I don't want that one. All right. So this is supposed to gush in my mouth. Let me see here. I don't know how much I want to expect it to gush. Well, that's also a question that goes in my head in the middle of a PJ. That one's going in the book. How much am I expecting this to gush? Oh, that was good weed. Okay. I'm going to put it in my mouth. I think. It like leaks out. It's not a gush. It's gushy a bit. I don't know. It's something. It definitely like releases something halfway through, but you got to chew through a layer to get it. It's gushing in my mouth. Anyways. Okay. Oh, that was funny, but they're good. They're interesting. I'll eat some of the other chocolate later. Okay, what are some of your favorite snacks? What kind of things do you have at sleepovers or like pajama parties? Maybe you've never been to a pajama party. So normally I would see you in your pajamas. And maybe if I was on a different platform, I could do that. I do have a Discord server. I just don't really know how to use it. But these are the jammies that I decided to wear. I'm not going to lie to you. The reason is because I was going to wear something with like spaghetti straps, and I cannot risk popping one out. I can't lose my Trinol. I can't lose it. So I had to wear something that would not let something fall out. I'm telling you. I also made sure I wore panties that were dark colored so that no one's confused about if in case they see something, whether or not I'm oversharing. I'm not. I am getting notice that ads are going to run in 21 seconds potentially. So if that happens to you, please stick around and I'll be on the other side of it. Anyways, I'm going to smoke a little bit more and I would love for you to drop some questions in the chat. But about the foot thing, just to finish that off, the feet licking thing, I'm not into it in general, in the sense that I would want somebody to just spend all the time and like come on my feet or whatever. But if it was important to somebody that I cared about, I would be okay to be exploring it. Yes. Would I think to do it on my own? No. Would I be open to doing it with the right person? Yeah. Especially if they say, hey, goddess, why don't you sit here as I give you the gift of Tim Hortons Double Double and Coffee Crisp while I lick your feet. I'm totally going to be more down for that. You see, it's all in marketing. It's all in the marketing. Oh, the apple. You know what that just reminded me of? An old game I used to play where you like eat the apples. It wasn't Pac-Man. It was like Rockman or like, what was it called? Boulder Dash. It was a very, like, from the 80s. Anyways, yeah. So yeah. So what are some of your favorite snacks? Like, what kind of things do you eat? I was gonna get snacks like popcorn, but can I tell you a really honest story? So I'm a pretty candid person. I'm pretty honest in how I display myself. I mean, I do mask just like everyone else does, meaning I can present that I'm doing great, even though I might have like cried earlier that day over something, or even 20 minutes earlier. You can't tell all the time what people are going through, right? You can tell what people are presenting at a certain time. So I can mask just like everyone else. And I don't go on live when I can't. But it doesn't mean all is well all the time, right? Just like everyone else I interact with, anyone at the grocery store, someone that accidentally bumps into you, and somewhere, and as much as you want to be like, hey, fuck off, dude, you can sometimes remember that, like, maybe they are having a terrible day and they just need somebody to be fucking nice to them. They just need somebody to be kind to them. Someone to be kind to them. Because that can be the difference maker for some people. So I've seen that. I've seen the change in people too. So yeah. So keep dropping in the things here. I did sneak some nibs already. I really like those nibs. I like to chew on those. So yeah. And then I was gonna film in my bedroom, and I even set up like the whole shebang. Like I have, oh my god, what did I have? Someone said they like my toes in it. Let me just back up a bit. I set up my tripod, my ring light, everything, my snack table beside my bed. And then I was in there and I realized if I was going to film from my iPhone in my bedroom, I could not engage in the chat. So that's the whole point I'm hanging out with you, is for the chat. And so I didn't want to be like squinting, like looking up and like trying to find out what people said. So yeah. So questions. So Chris said, would you date me? So Chris, I'm going to give you some very helpful information. I have no idea because I don't have enough information. Are you local? Are you child free? Are you an honest and ethical person? These are the kind of things that would be starters for me, right? So yeah, no, I'm looking for, I am looking for someone now. I'm looking for someone to partner in life with and see, how we can enjoy making each other's dreams come true and stuff. So that's kind of what I'm looking for. I'm more on the monogamous side, believe it or not. I am not looking to be polyamorous theoretically. I'm open-minded to some dynamics with polyamory, but I would say I'm poly accepting, if that makes sense, versus I don't necessarily identify as wanting to be polyamorous, but I might be accepting if somebody I'm dating is, right? And so I already have been before. It didn't always plan out for me. In fact, most of the times it did not. And that's why I'm not poly, right? It doesn't always work out for people, and people get vetoed, and people get their hearts broken because someone's jealousy fucking spiked, and it's hard to say who's wrong, right? It's just like, it's just, for me personally, I'm looking for a one-person partnership with me. I'm looking for two people, one other person partnership. But they would have to be local. Like I would need to have somebody I see all the time, right? So if you're like in Toronto, I mean, hit me up. But like, but it's not just that. I'm looking for something special. I'm not gonna lie, I'm looking for the Holy Grail now. I'm looking for the right fit, for the right person who is accepting of my lifestyle. It doesn't have to necessarily be actively in this lifestyle, but at least lifestyle accepting, just like I'm potentially poly accepting, right? Yeah, I'm we'll see, but my heart is open to love still, and I'm surprised by that based on what I've been through in my life. But it's a long fucking life, right? So I'm open-minded. I'm realistic, I think, about things, but I also know that like my genuine joy right now is my friendships, like even my platonic friendships. And so I do invest a lot in those, asking people how their relationships are going, asking people how their days are going, not just my partner, my friends. And so I'm really kind of leaning into the whole, like, your friends are your soulmates kind of thing. Oh, you guys are so fucking kind to me. You're like saying such a beautiful person. Arnold says, I'm ready, baby. Oh, that's sweet, Arnold. Yeah, nice to see you here. It's nice to hang out with you guys, especially when I'm able to be able to interact with you guys, because I love when you comment on my videos. I sometimes take a long time to respond to your comments, sometimes months, but I try. I get to them eventually. I try so hard. And sometimes YouTube deletes comments. I didn't even do it. YouTube did it. And if I don't respond and that comment's gone, either it was a comment that was really offensive or upsetting, or YouTube filtered it and I never responded. So don't ever think, I don't normally delete comments unless they're really out there, right? So yeah, so feel free to engage with my content if you felt it, if it spoke to you. Lady Jedi, is it Jedi? I hope I say these things correctly. Hello from California. So glad I found your channel. I've learned quite a bit from you. Love what an open and honest person you are. Stay beautiful and blessed. Well, that is so nice of you. Thank you. I appreciate that. I think I've always been the same honest person. I think I'm technically on the spectrum of autism. I have almost an inability to not be honest. Having said that, I have learned techniques in social situations to distract from a question instead of just being honest, because I got asked a lot this year, like how my birthday was and like how Christmas was, and I did not have the best year. And I did not want to tell people why. So I just had to say, I had to learn techniques to, instead of answering honestly, say something that's still honest, but not answering. Right. So instead I said, well, why don't you ask me how my next birthday is? And then I'll be happy to tell you. And they kind of got the point. Right. So it's just funny though. But thank you. The honesty is something I am looking for in friendships and partnerships. You need to be honest with yourself first and foremost in order for you to be able to be honest with the people you interact with, right? So there's sometimes some work you got to do there to understand how to find your inner self that you accept and thrive in. And it's okay if it takes some work and some changes here and there. We're all growing, we're all learning, and we can all get there. So I have not always been a healed person or a happy person. I have gone through darkness. I've gone through terrible fucking attachment issues in relationships. I used to be somebody who yelled and threw food at my boyfriend once when I was in my 20s. Like I would whip a fucking hot dog like when I was mad at him. So like I've grown. I've gone from someone who did poor conflict resolution to someone who I'm proud of now, right? So I'm just saying, it's never too late to improve. It's never too late to work on yourself. And if there's ever something that you should ever put on your action item list, if you ever get in a breakup or a divorce, whatever, fix yourself. Fix something about yourself. Is there something that you didn't like? Is there an anxiety that you didn't manage well? Were you too clingy? Were you too giving? And look, self-reflect and try and be a different version of yourself for the next person, because you don't want to carry bad habits into new relationships. So if there was something that, maybe you learned through another relationship that you really value certain things and you need to make sure that you're more upfront in that relationship that you're in next about those things. Something that I've learned is that I'm looking for somebody who's child free. I'm not looking to date any new people who have children. I don't want to have a partner who has children in my idealized world. So I now realize that that's important to me on a level that I think if I were to be monogamous with someone, it would have to be something that was compatible with that. Now, if I wasn't monogamous with someone, does it matter if they have kids as much? Not so much. Not so much. It's more about whether they can stick to a schedule instead of, blowing me off because their kid said that they wanted them to stay home. There's nothing I hate more than trying to date somebody who always prioritizes the whims of somebody else's opinion on it or what they're doing. Maybe that's what it is, but I like people who have freedom and autonomy and manage their own schedules. But yeah, so I really appreciate all your comments. It says, who's the bodyguard behind you? What do you mean? Oh, you mean my pillow? So my favorite ice cream is chocolate mint. And this is a chocolate mint ice cream. And it is a squishy pillow, and you can sleep on it and stuff. And so I've actually used it as a pillow. I have other ones too. So I have this one over here. See, it's a pajama party now. We're showing our pillows. This is my unicorn. This is my Toronto. Well, see, it's a T unicorn, right? It's also a squishmallow. And then this is a pineapple. But if it's upside down, it's a swinger pineapple, right? It's a swinger symbol if it's upside down. So it's an upside down pineapple. Now this is huge. Like I could literally use this for things like this, right? What if I wanted to do some exercise? So yeah, these are fucking awesome. They're huge. You can sleep on them. I used to actually nap with my cat, and she would nap like on this side, and I would, so our two heads would like meet in the middle. Yeah, it was fucking cute. All right. Any more questions? Feel free to drop them in. Hello, David. Hello, Chris. Chris says, I've seen a lot of your videos and I always keep top in your energy, and it's an energy that keep pulling me in, and I really like to get to know you. Well, that's very sweet, Chris, and I'm glad. I have lots more content outside of YouTube. I've got podcasts where I can talk uncensored, and I tell even sex stories that are very uncensored. So they're free, right? You can get them on Apple Podcasts, Spotify, lots of places, even Amazon. You can find me on Amazon. It's crazy. Yeah. So I hope you could also talk to me on my fan page. You can go to my OnlyFans. I chat with fans there. I also have extra content, like a ton of extra content there. And I do like to get to know people better too. So I like that I'm pulling you in. It's fun. It's fun to be able to entertain. So any more questions, or should I play a round of intrusive questions? Because what I do in that case is I basically ask a question and then get you to answer it. So one of the questions that I'm going to ask is, let me think about it. If any of you have watched my recent interview with Abby Hout, when I did talk to her about kinks, fetishes, and swinging and whatever, I would love to know your thoughts on some of the information I revealed in that. Things that maybe you didn't know about my career, maybe you didn't know what I was thinking about my swinger life. So if you have any questions about some of those things that you might have heard in those interviews, let me know. Or even if you just have feedback on some of the content that I've made lately, I'd love to hear that. Otherwise, let me come up with a really good question, interesting question. Let me think here. Man, live streams are hard because I can't pause and edit this part out. Normally you think I'm just like ready to speak at all times. So I have a new fantasy that I don't know if it's a real life fantasy yet, or if it's just what I want to happen to me in my head, but it's new. It's a new combination of things that I hadn't actually wanted before. So I'm not going to reveal that on YouTube because it's too heavy for even me to like pretend to explain. But it's interesting. It's just it involves two men, but it's interesting. I don't know. I've had some cravings lately in my head to be dominated again by like a trusted dom. Like part of me just really wants to be in certain like blissful headspace, and I'm not even having sex right now. Like I'm not having casual sex with anybody. I don't really do that. So it's like I have to like rely on like what's in my head right now, and I'm like, it's just interesting where my mind's going. It's funny how I'm not saying I'm changing, nothing's changing, but I'm just saying it's funny how we keep evolving. Because like what my fantasy was like, I don't know, like 2 weeks ago isn't necessarily my fantasy now. And something else I noticed is a lot of the things that I've seen in the interviews with other women and whatever on this podcast and channel is a lot of the interviews are with people who have been in the lifestyle for like a year or so. I haven't met a ton of people, at least not willing to go on my podcast, that have been in the swinger sex club lifestyle for longer than maybe 2-3 years. And I'm like, where are those people? Right? I'm sure they're there, but like, where are they? And then it made me think about whether or not this lifestyle, this sex club culture is a phase for people versus a consistent lifestyle. And I don't know the answer to that. I think the anthropologist in me is curious to see what happens after a swinger, goes to sex clubs for 3 years, because once you've seen it all, you've seen it all. Now, there's people who could go, for example, Canada's Wonderland is a theme park in Toronto. People could go there every day and have the same amount of fun every day going on the rides, the same rides all the time. Totally understand that. But it's not all the same for everything, right? And I don't even know where I was going with that, but I'm going to have a snack. I'm going to have a mint arrow. So I like these. You know how the old advertisement for these were like, let them melt on your tongue. All the bubbles melt. Yeah, no, I'm never going to be able to be that patient. I tried. I'm never going to be able to like wait for it to melt on my fucking tongue. So I'm not going to do that, but it's yummy. I wish I could share with you, but okay. Any more questions? Chris says, experience is wisdom. Wisdom is knowledge. People evolve through experience. That's true. That's very true. I just don't know where I'm evolving to now. It's interesting. I don't think any of us really know, but like what's coming next. But I don't know. We'll see. Like, I'm still going to be going to the clubs here and there. I still go to have fun with my friends, even if I don't go to hook up. But I also learned that I don't really want to date Vanilla World anymore, like Vanilla World mainstream. I'm done with them. I'm done with Vanilla World. I'm never going to find a man who loves and accepts me. From there, I need to find someone who already thinks what I do is cool and awesome, and then I get to know them. So that's the order I'm doing things in now. I think I have to date a fan. I think I need to fall in love with a fan. I think that's who it needs to be. One of the people who watches and engages us with my journey, because I care about that. I care about whether my partner cares about my journey and what I say and what my new YouTube is about. And I want someone who wants to watch my shit and talk about it. So I'm learning these things, just like, every relationship teaches you things. I'm learning the goods and the bads, and I'm learning what to look for now. So I'm not really sure I want to go out there dating Vanilla World men anymore. I just want to have a man who doesn't squint or flinch when we talk about sex clubs, So let's start there. Yeah. So what's the youngest I've been with? 23, 24, as I was 35, probably. No, wait, how old am I now? 40. So I was maybe 38 when I was with a 23-year-old, but this was not just any 23-year-old. I think Jyla Valentine, that couple, was young. Like, they were young. And they were so mature, though, for their age, especially sexually. Like, oh, yeah. So he was very skilled, very good. But other people who I've tried to have as younger men, I've had issues with them. So I tend to look for older men. I like 40 and up usually. Yeah. I'm open-minded to a bit younger, but not a younger immaturity. I'm looking for an emotionally mature person, somebody who can handle conflict, somebody who can handle, matters of the heart. I'm 40. I'm looking for the real deal now. All right. Coffee, Chris. All right. So why don't I think of a question, then I'll ask the group, and then I'll probably give this live stream at least an hour, so you've got 15 more minutes. So feel free to engage. And if you have any questions you've ever wanted to know, let me know. What's the highest body count you've ever come across? So it's an interesting question. The thing is, I don't know if a lot of people in the lifestyle count their body count anymore. I really don't think so. When we started, yeah. And some people do. I do. But there's people who have so much sex, there'd be no point counting it. So I think the highest body count people is people I've seen who used to be sex addicts at the club, who I would see like fuck multiple women a night, like these guys, every night. Like stud guys, big dick, knew how to use it kind of thing. Good word of mouth. Yeah, like I've seen aggressively like sex addicts there kind of thing too. So I'm trying not to talk my mouth full, but Okay. So, Arnold, what I would recommend when you say you're out because you can't handle conflict is why don't you work on that? Because you can work on conflict resolution. You can work on techniques for staying calm in your own anxieties, right? And having abilities to communicate needs and things differently that are more effective. So there is ways to improve how you handle conflict. I used to be terrible. I used to run away. Conflict. All right, I'm having a candy that squishes in my mouth. I feel it. That's the other thing. I did have some weird moments in the last couple months where even though I don't take cum in the mouth, I've been having weird fantasies that involve cum. And I'm like, what? I don't know. Can't tell your brain what to do. You love handling conflict? It's cute. That's cute. That one really did gush in my mouth. Wow. All right. The Cats Will Play says, when I went to gay clubs, there was unusual porn playing. Is that the case at swinger parties as well? Or not unusual. He said usually porn playing. Yeah. So I don't know. So I've only thrown my own hotel swinger parties. I did not play porn. I actually made it more of like a summer camp feel where we played spin the bottle and got comfortable with each other, built it up to sex. So that's been my parties. But at clubs like Oasis, yeah, there's porn playing. Yeah, different monitors have different porn. I remember one time I had to look away because I think it was Halloween and they had Halloween themed porn and it was just too out there for me and I just had to look away. So yeah, not everybody is into everything, Any more questions? I still got a bit of time to hang out with you, and I'm so glad you guys made the space in your time to come and hang out. It means a lot to me. I recognize a lot of these names. I always like to comment back when you guys engage on my content. I am way active on my podcast compared to my YouTube. If you think I'm busy here, come to my podcast. I have lots of them. The reason is because I'm a busy girl and I have a lot to say and a lot to contribute. And I have a few different ones. One of them is my sex and swinging. And I have interviewed so many swingers on there now that if you've ever wondered who are these people that join these clubs and do these things, go and listen. There's so many interviews with single men, single women, couples. I'm looking to interview more people. I'm looking to interview more polyamorous people to give that side of the perspective since I'm more swinger, right? So I love to keep these voices coming, and I don't get to do that as much on YouTube. Sometimes people are too shy also to have even a blurred face show on YouTube. So they might just be, giving us their voice. So that's one of them. I do have my sex stories podcast where I tell naughty stories without fear of censorship. And I've been wondering what my next one's gonna be lately, and I've even got my new fantasy in my head one, and I was like, oh, I'll just do the new fantasy, and I'm even too shy to do that. I'm not shy about much, and I'm too shy to even tell this fantasy, so I'm not going to. So I'm still looking for my next topic. So if you guys want to drop a topic suggestion in for my sex stories topic, let me know. I'm having a ball, making the video versions for that video podcast page. There's definitely some people there subscribed who like to come and see, the look in my eyes and as I, tell embarrassing or like funny or, essential stories. So it's a good avenue for you if you wanted to get more of the story time. And my fan page is where I hang out with my fans. I post content every day. All sorts of content, you'll have a feed that is interesting and not spammy. I am not there to spam anybody. I literally have a few videos you can buy, but I don't harass you about it. So it's one of those places where I hope that if you do like my content, you do feel pulled in, that you do subscribe to my fan page. It does support me. It supports me on my journey, on my entrepreneurial journey as well. So I appreciate it. Okay, let me see if there's any more comments here. Yeah, feel free to keep the comments coming and any questions, and I can always answer them later if I missed any of them now. Okay, so I missed a question. One of them said, nice guy Rudy said, what are your favorite male and female comics? So I don't really know many comics, but I don't know. I don't know many comics. Jess, thank you so much. You guys are so sweet to be hanging out and entertaining and being entertained by this. I still have more food and I'm not ashamed to eat it. Now, this one here, if I eat this, it will be in my teeth for at least a few minutes and I cannot stop talking long enough. So I'm going to wait to eat these. I'm going to make better purchasing judgment choices next time for my live stream. And because of a very special man who just made me smile, I'm going to be able to have like a pizza party next time and actually be able to have pizza that was paid for and donated by a fan that was, to make me smile and make me have a good time. So I appreciate it. And I hope to have a pizza party next time or a fondue party. Maybe you guys could let me know. I'll let you vote if we should have a pizza party or a fondue party. And then, like, I'm not going to lie, you can't eat my food, but like you could watch me eat it if that's fun for you. What's funny is I used to love pineapple and dipping pineapple in chocolate, but I can't because it hurts my mouth. There's like these things in pineapple that are little like razors and they like cut the inside of your mouth. It hurts. After you eat a bunch of pineapple, it hurts. You've like lost a layer of the inner side of your mouth. So I remember as much as I love pineapple, I can't eat it. Like I could take a sip of it. I think it's, but I don't know. I love pineapple juice, but it kind of hurts my mouth. So, Igor says, I have time all night to listen to you. You guys are so sweet. Here I am thinking I'm boring you. And you're probably, just hanging on. And I appreciate it. I wish I could wear something a little more cute and sexy, but I honestly can't trust myself to not have my mindless ADHD fondling happen because I do that sometimes where I'm like, no, can't do it. By the way, I posted a video on here today called Life of a Sex Positive YouTuber, like brand deals, things like that. And I said on there how I'm like, I don't need any more sex toys. They all do the same thing, whatever. I go to use my magic wand the very next time, and the low speed doesn't work anymore. It's just and I'm like, I just said out loud, I don't need any more sex toys. And now I don't have a reliable vibrator unless I'm ready to go full tilt all like at the first time. And it's a little bit of an adjustment. So I just feel silly that now I need a new magic wand. All right, so let me read from Michael Ward here. It says, I have watched your videos from the beginning. I wanted to say I appreciate you. You're an everyday person who is open and honest. I really appreciate that. You're amazing. Wow. Thank you, Michael. That's very sweet. I am an everyday person. I'm as everyday as it gets. I talk unfiltered. I say the wrong thing sometimes. Everything. I'm just as real as everyone else. And I think that's why I show some of the videos that are a bit more vulnerable. One of them was my pillow talk where I was wearing the exact same outfit, but I was in my bed and I was talking about getting my heart broken. And it's a rare time when I will ever cry on my YouTube channel, even though I cry in real life, because this channel is about sex positivity and positive energy. But I do want it to be real with you. And I appreciate that you guys have acknowledged my realness and honesty, because it's not always easy to be honest. Sometimes being honest and revealing parts of yourself can turn off people and make people not, like you as much. And I think you just need to be okay with that. And you need to be okay attracting the people who accept you, right? And I think that's why when I live so honestly, I'm also trying to show everybody else who watches that it's okay for you to live honestly too. And it's okay for you to live unapologetically. And that does remind me. See, I'm not normally a saleswoman, but here I am being like, and I've got a podcast for you, because I have a video podcast called Live Unapologetically Yourself. And I've done some really good episodes on resilience and people pleasing and how to say no and mean it, how to get what you want in life. And I'm doing this because I've got some help to offer. And so I'm glad that you guys can relate to me and my honesty and openness, and maybe you'll appreciate that same energy channeled through different topics, right? So my Live Unapologetically Yourself is on my other YouTube channel. I have 2 of them, in case you didn't know. I actually have more than 2, but that's okay. One of them is just for my naughty videos in case I get strikes, which really saved me recently when I did get one. So thank you for that. So let me keep reading here. Baltimore Ryan, thank you for the flowers. That's so sweet. It kind of matches here, the color of the flower. Oh, here, this one. Jesse says, I'm surprised you don't have comedians you love, because I love comedians, just not, comics. I thought you meant cartoons. I like comics. So I did just see Nikki Glacier live and loved the whole set. It was so funny. She was great. It was a wonderful show. And sorry, I just got distracted. So I also like a few other ones. I'm never good at names, but some old classics. I like Jerry Seinfeld, obviously. Oh my God, that guy who smokes weed on stage. Who's that guy? Black guy, like super chill. Anyways, I'm so terrible with names. That's why I try not to pop them out. But I'm a real, I like comedians that are real and draw connections and humor out of real things that maybe other people don't mention, right? So I've actually wanted to be my own stand-up comedian before. And I'm not sure if that's the route I'm going to take, but I wonder if one day I do a set. I just record myself with maybe some well-crafted, jokes that I can throw together and see if I can pull it off, because something tells me that I can shock people in a room. And I also know I can offend people real fast. And I'm just not sure what to do when that happens in Vanilla World. So, let's see here. So Night Sun says, sometimes think I need 2 green bracelets, as I might be too friendly. That's funny. Well, I mean, I used to put what he means by that is there's green and red bracelets at Oasis Aqua Lounge Sex Club. Green is to indicate friendly, open to chat, and red is to indicate not open. And so he's saying he's wearing 2 of them and he's too friendly. Well, if you're really DTF, you line up your arm with green and you just walk around being like, you. See how well that works. But, no. Sometimes you need to double up to get your message across. Yeah. So I'm really grateful that you guys spent tonight with me. It has meant a lot to me to be able to engage with you guys on my journey, and that I'm not going to lie to you. I'm going to be really real for a moment and hope I don't cry, because then it'll be the 4th time I've cried on YouTube. So I'm going to do my best. But I want to say thank you for being so accepting of me on this journey and on this channel. I have changed on this journey a lot from being someone who, was doing crazy threesomes and, things, and then single, and then not having sex, and then dating, and then not dating. And it's hard. I don't know where it's all going. And I don't have the answers to life figured out. I really don't. I'm happy to pass along the lessons I've learned, but I have not learned them all, and I'm still learning. But what I have noticed is that you guys have been supportive of even my more emotional content that I was more vulnerable to put up. And it means the world to me to have this connection with you. And that's why you're going to see maybe more of these live streams, because I want to be able to connect with you back. And I want you to feel that connection yourself. So thank you for being here. And thank you for supporting my journey. And even just buying off my Amazon storefront, it supports me. If you didn't know that, now you do. I have Amazon storefronts. The links are in every video to get to my link tree. It is an affiliate thing, so I do get commission. I get some income if you buy something. You don't have to buy anything. You can just look around. But I made some lists there of amazing products, funny products. If you're going to like a bachelorette party, I've got, oh, Miss Aries, hello, hearts, hearts, hearts. She's a dear friend, and I'm very happy to see you here. Thank you. I'm actually closing up for the night, but I might text you. Yeah. But yeah, no, thank you guys. I really appreciate you guys being here, and I want you to feel my appreciation more. So let me know how I can do that. But I think maybe at least one monthly live stream, if not two. Next one will be a pizza party, and it'll be because of a special fan. So, oh, that's so. Nikki Glacier was red hot. Now I made a video for Nikki Glacier. I don't think she ever saw it, but in one of her old comedian sets or comic sets, she said how if she could have a gangbang with people who were like up at top, just like brushing her hair and telling her she's strong, she would have it. And I'm sitting here, I'm an orgy director. And so I made a video and I was like, I could make your fantasy come true. I could get the guys to do exactly as you want. And I went to go see her just in late November 2023. And I really wanted her to see that video, but I never got a chance to talk to her. But she's an inspiration to me of what an honest woman with a sense of humor can do. And her latest thing, the Good Girl tour or whatever, is about aging and like staying fuckable and all that. And it's just so relatable to a girl who just turned 40. It's just relatable. So anyways, I'm going to log off now. Thank you guys so much. I am going to go to my fan page right now, and I'm going to log in there on a live stream for a few minutes to check in. I always like to do that to give them a little bit of extra content, and I like to be a little bit more uncensored when I can be. So I hope you come there. I'm going to be logging in there right now. Bye, everybody.